Let us learn about files. Files are used to store a data permanently, while in the program, the data are stored while during the runtime only. Here I am having a normal program. Here I enter a data name as Ram, and the name get printed only during the runtime. So it saves the data only during the runtime. To save it permanently, we use the concept of files. So let me create a program to create a file and store the data in the file. So first I see the keyword hash include IO string. Then I use another header file. The name of this header file is fstream. So here F stands for file. This library has a class fstream. Using this, we can read the file and alter the file. In the main function, I am creating an object for the class fstream. First, I mention the class name fstream, which is an inbuilt class, and I create the object. You can give the name whatever you like. So I'm just giving it as file. First, I'm going to open the file. So first, you say the object name. It is file. Then use the dot operator. Then I'm using the keyword open. Inside this parenthesis, first you mention the file name. The file name is my file. Then you mention the format. It is a text file. After the file name, you mention the comma, and here you want to specify the mode of working in the file. So I want to be output mode. So I just saying. So here I'm opening in output mode. So I'm going to write this file. Here I'm using iOS and scope resolution operator. The keyword out is inside this iOS function. So first we are mentioning iOS, then we are using scope resolution operator. Instead, you can tell using namespace iOS on iOS, and then you can remove this iOS here. But I recommend you to not do this. Just use iOS and the scope resolution operator and use this function whenever you require. On a cout statement, I am printing the statement, writing in console. Here I am going to write in the file. So first I mention the class name. Here it is file. Then I use the insertion operator to insert the data inside this file. So I'm saying writing in file. Here the file name is myfile.txt. If this file is not in the directory I'm working, it will create a new file as myfile.txt. See, this is the file directly I'm currently working in. Here I am having no file as myfile.txt. So it will create a new file when we run this. Now let me run this program. Here you can see a new file will be created. See here a new file myfile.txt is created here. Let me open this file. It says writing in the file. In the console, it is saying writing in console window. Here I have inserted the data inside this file myfile.txt. Let us see about this fstream. Here we are having a base class iOS. These two classes iStream and OStream are inheriting the behavior of iOStream. So iStream stands for input stream, OStream stands for output stream. So these three classes in green color are for files. Here IFstream stands for input file stream, OStream stands for output file stream. These three classes IFstream, IOStream and OStream are inheriting the behavior of these three classes. Now at last we are having the class name fstream. This stream will inherit the behavior of OStream, IOStream and iStream. By using this we can use IFstream and OFstream. Here in this program we are using iOS out, which is the part of OFstream, and iOS in is the part of the IFstream class. We are using fstream class, so we can use both in and out. This iOS in is used for input operation. It is used to read the file information. At next we are having iOS out. It is used for output operation. It is used to modify the file. Here iOS binary, it opens the file in the binary format, and we read and write the data in the binary mode. Here this ATE sets the position at the end of the file. If this flag is not used, the initial position is the beginning of the file. And here iOS APP, this APP stands for append. When we open the file in append mode, it starts writing at the end of the file. And finally, we are having the truncate. This stands for truncate. It will open the already existing file and the data in the file will get deleted. Let us write a program to understand this concept clearly. Here the question is, an electricity board charged for the following rates to the user to discourage large consumption of energy. For the first unit, the charge is 60 per unit. For the next 200 unit, the charge is 80 per unit. For 300 and more, the charge is 90 per unit. All the users are here are charged with a minimum amount of 50 rupees. If the total amount is more than 300, then additional charge of 50% is added. So we want to write a program to read the names and number of units to be consumed. What we are going to do here is we are going to write the name and number of units consumed and also the charges in a file. First I say hash. First I am including the library iOS stream. Then I am including the library fstream. Now I am going to create a class called as EB. So inside this class I am creating the private variables string name, int units, and int charge. So under public I'm going to create a member function void get to get the data from the user. In the cout statement, I am instructing the user to enter his name and the number of units consumed. In cin, I am getting the data for the name and units. I create another member function to calculate the charges. For first, if the unit is less than 100, then the cost per unit is 60 rupees. So I am using if the condition is units should be less than 100. If this condition is true, then this block of code get executed. Then the cost and charge is equal to units into 60 rupees. So else if they consume more than 100 units, if the unit range is range between 100 to 200, the unit is greater than or equal to 100, and I'm using AND operator. So now the unit is less than 200. So it checks whether the unit is in the range of 100 to 200. If it is true, then the charge is equal to 100 into 60. This is for first 100 units. For the next 100 units, to get next 100 units, I'm just minus units by the value of 100 and I multiply it with the cost 80 rupees. Else if the unit is more than 100, if the units is beyond 300 units, then the charge is equal to units into 100 into 60 for first 100 units and 200 into 80 for next 200 units. So I want the remaining units. So just I mention units and I minus the value 300. So I get the remaining units. So the cost is 90 rupees. We want to add the minimum cost of rupees 50. So I just append the value 50 to the charge. If the charge is more than 300 rupees, then we want to add 15% of the charge. If charge is more than 300, then this block will get executed. I am creating an integer value, add. I want 15% of the cost. So first I divide the cost by 100, then I multiply by 15, so I get the 15% of the charge. Now in the value charge, I just append the value add. I create another member function to display the name, units and the charge. So in this member function, I am printing the name, units and the charge. I create another member function to write the data in a file. So I say void, the function name is write to file. Inside this parenthesis, I am creating a object for the class fstream, and the object name is file. In the file, I am going to write the data, name, and I am including space here, units, so I am including space again, and charge. Finally, I give enter. So this is the function definition. We have defined our class. So in the main function, I'm creating an object for the class fstream and let it be file. I want to open the file, so I'm saying the class name file and I'm saying the keyword open. At first, I want to mention the file name, so let it be electricity board, and it's going to be a text file. Here in the directory I'm working, I'm not having a file as electricity board. So here you can see I'm not having a file as electricity txt. Here you can see here. So it will create a new file as electricity board, and I'm opening this file in the ios : I'm opening this file in output mode. Now I'm creating the object for the class EB. So let the class be C. I'm using array of object. Let the size be 3. I'm running this in for loop to enter all the 3 elements for this array object C of 3. Inside the for loop, I'm using the get member function to get the data, and calc member function to calculate the charge, and this member function to display the data. And finally, I'm calling the function write to console to write in the file. I'm passing the object file. At last, we are closing this file. So let me say the class name file dot close. While creating a file, you create a buffer memory. Say the size of buffer memory is 10 MB. If the data is written up to 10 MB, then it returns the 10 MB of data to the hard disk. Then it clears the buffer memory. It writes the upcoming data in the buffer memory. After getting filled, it will write the data in the hard disk, and it will erase the memory in the buffer, and it will write the upcoming data. So while closing this file, it will write all the buffer memory in the hard disk, and it will delete the buffer memory, and it closes the file. So that's why we are closing this file. So now let me run this program. Here I'm not having the file electricity board. If I run this, it will create a new file as electricity board. See here, a new file is created. First I'm saying the name is Sam, and the number of unit consumed is 100, and the next name is going to be Anu, and the number of unit consumed is 87, and the next name is Adi, and the number of unit consumed is 233. So now let me open this file electricity board. See here the data is written here. Let me run this program once again. So I'm giving some random names and number. Here I'm using output mode. So when I write this file again, it will delete the previous data and write the new data. So let me open the text file again. See, the previous data got deleted and it returns this new data. If I use append mode, it will write the data at the end of this file. Now let me save this code and run the code once again. Now again I enter some random names and some numbers. So this new data will get written at the end of the file. So we are having 6 data here. Previously we have first 3 data. At the end we are writing some new 3 data. Let me modify this program to read the data from the file. First I create the object for the class ifstream. So the object name is infile. I'm opening the file. I'm just opening the file electricity board. Then I'm creating a string variable to store the data from the file. So let it be line, string line. In the cout statement, I'm printing the message reading from file. I'm using while loop to read every line of this file. Inside the while loop, I'm using the keyword getLine. So it reads the every line in the file. So first I mention the object name and then I mention the string variable to get stored. Using the cout statement inside the while loop, I'm going to print all the data. So here I am printing the line. Now let me save this code. Now I just delete this file. Let me run this code. Say the name. So after this entering the values, it says reading from the file. After that, it reads the data from the file. See, it's reading the data from the file. Let me open the file also. Here you can see the file data. It is same as this. So it reads the file from the data.